Dwayne Neville here with you on NRRRL Grand Final Day for 2018. And if you've just joined us, the Marist brothers Ramets are the ladies tag champions. They become minor and major premiers with a 14-6 win over the Byron Bay Red Devils. Coming up next is the under-18s Grand Final between the Ballina Seagulls and the Cuisine Hornets. As the referees are out there, players are yet to come out to the field. Of course, Cuisine actually got over Ballina in a tight, low-scoring game at Cabarita 2 weeks ago, 8-4. They actually kept Ballina scoreless in that game. Of course, you'll see out there a swag of players that featured in the Laurie Daly Cup for both teams. The Laurie Daly Cup, of course, is the under-18s representative competition, which was played at the start of the year. I'm counting here, there's about 5 players for Cuisine and about 6, so about 10 to 11 players from both teams. And so it's no coincidence that both of these teams out there will feature in today's grand final. About the Cuisine team, so they came in second. Ballina were the minor premiers. Cuisine coming in this one, finishing second, as I mentioned, with a 10-3 record. They had 314 points differential for 30 points. Of course, their top try scorer is Liam Cusack. Ethan Kane is their top point scorer of 120 points. He's second overall in the competition. They were last start winners, 8-4 against Ballina. Though 3 weeks ago at this very ground, they beat the Tweed Coast. Their only losses for the season were against the Tweed Coast and Ballina. So as you can see there, some confetti there for the Cuisine Hornets. They'll be looking to go one better this year. They've beaten Ballina once 2 weeks ago, as I mentioned. Ballina coming in this with a 12-1 record, 386 points for 34 differential. As we can see, the Cuisine Hornets come out to the field. I'll be joined shortly by Kevin Ferrugia. Both him and myself called the under-18s representative final in Northern Rivers were represented. As he joins me now in the box, we'll give you the tale of tape between the two teams. So Kevin, what do we need to know about the Cuisine Hornets?
Okay, the Cuisine Hornets are as per program, except we have a few changes on the interchange bench, but number 1 is Ethan Kane, number 2, Blake Roberts, number 3, Nick Andrews, number 4, Liam Cusack, 5 is Finn Kenny, 6 is Jacob Hall, number 7 is Jordan Kempnich, 8 is Harry Hazel, 9 is Jackson Roeda, 10 is Ryan Stidham, 11 is Kyle Beaver, 12 Dylan Pinder, 13 Brock Stiles. On the interchange bench we have number 14 Jack Evans, 15 Jordan Togo, 16 Lockie Wiley, 17 is Webb Lillis, 18 is Jacob Rathbone, 19 is Kai Bond, and number 20 is Isaac Van Zanten. For Ballina, number 1 we have Matt Battenshaw. They've also got no changes to their program for the first 13. Number 1 is Matt Battenshaw, 2 is Ethan Codwell Jackie, 3 is Mason Hilliard, 4 James Torrens, 5 Tupou Lolo here, number 6 is Sonny Sheether, 7 Jake Petty, number 8 is Gordy Grigor, 9 is Billy Dwayne, 10 Adam Hart, number 11 is Jordan Lee, 12 Kyan Roberts-Laurie. Actually, number 11 is Kyan Roberts-Laurie, and number 12 is Jordan Lee, and number 13 and captain is Jordan Sly. On the interchange bench, number 14, Liam Green, number 15 is Hamish McClintock, number 16 is Kai Taylor, 17 is Taj Perry, 18 is Jack Douglas Brown, 19 is Malachi Roberts, and number 20 is Harrison Smith. So they're the two sides for the under-18s GF, and as I mentioned before, these two only played against each other 2 weeks ago, and it was a great game.
It was 8-4 in the wet conditions of Cabarita. Jack Nicholson does draw the assignment in the centre there. These two teams played in the regular season. In round 2 action, Ballina getting up 26 points to nil, and 26-16 at this very ground in round 13 action. Despite the Ballina will be running left to right, Cuisine will have the sea breeze to their backs. Despite Cuisine getting up 2 weeks ago, Ballina should warm in as favourites. Kev?
Yeah, it was a very close game, and if I recall correctly, Cuisine just won that right on the bell. But yeah, this is anyone's game, this grand final. These two, one thing's for sure, it'll be a very physical game.
Just enjoying the coverage at home. Jack Nicholson will blow time on Ballina, running left to right on your screen. We're away in the 18s grand final for 2018. And well picked off the kickoff there by Seagulls. They'll be playing in better conditions than what they were 2 weeks ago, Kev, so that might go to their advantage. Nice run up the centre. Could Ballina get points early in the first minute? Well taken off the kickoff there. As nice run up. I think that's
Jordan Sly.
Jordan Sly, the captain.
Just
he had an
brought
impressive game last week. Ballina set for a deep side early, either play. And that's passed by Buttonshaw. As we can see there, Yobbo's Hill, the 14th man of the Ballina Seagulls, over directly in front of us there, already filling up. As I was mentioning in the call with Nathan Cross, as Ballina gives that one, no, I think that was just fifth and last. Cuisine have it 10 metres out. As I was saying in the call last week with Nathan Cross, you could see like the surnames for Ballina, there's a lot of, as I was mentioning, the Ballina Seagulls are a really big family club. They have the likes of, I could see the surname of Dwayne and Schiefer, Petty. They're all related to a lot of the first grade players that we're going to see out there today.
Oh, okay, that's excellent. It is a nice little town, Ballina, and this is a bit of a derby in the under 18s game between these two. Been bashing each other in the semis, and this could go anyway. I think we'll have a big crowd here today. You can see the hill is filling up. I reckon by the time first grade kicks off, there won't be a spot of grass on that hill.
Of course, the first grade grand final between the Seagulls and Tweed Coasters. And there was a kick there. That's happened twice, and there could even be a penalty given to the. No, it's just going to be called an infringement. I thought Dylan Pinder might have been in front of the kicker on the second occasion there, Kev.
Yeah, I think it definitely would have been offside if he had it caught it. But it was a knock on anyway, the first one.
Yeah, I think he's called for first infringement. So Ballina, they'll have this 40 metres out from the Cuisine line. This will be played by Jake Petty. Of course, this was last year's grand final. Ballina coming in as defending premiers. This is played there. This is going to be James Tyrans, one of those Laurie Daly Cup under 18s representatives. As I was saying before, Kev, as you'll get in the team sheets, there's about anywhere between 10 and 11 representatives, as you may know when you did the rep season with me.
Yeah, it's pretty much more than half of the squad, isn't it, out here on the park today? So they'd be good mates, these two teams. They'd all know each other.
And they'll be vying for spots for that under 23s lineup next year. For those who are ineligible for next year's competition, they'll be, for that, of course, the champion under 23s teams. That's Buttonshaw, gets it off to Mason Hillard. He was one of the try scorers from last week against Lower Clarence. Gets it. Billy Dwayne plays it from dummy half, gets it off to Jordan Lee.
Yeah, great defence there from Finn Kenny, the number 5 for Cuisine Hornets.
And of course, Ryan Steedham was involved as well. It's fifth and last. Matthew Buttonshaw, cut out pass, gets it out to Jordan Sly. There's numbers on the left, but he's well dispersed there. James Torrens there was well dispersed.
Yeah, the last pass was forward. But they look good. They spread the ball very well across the field there. Just unfortunately, the last pass going forward, and it's a hand over here. Cuisine Hornets bringing it out.
Cuisine Hornets well represented in support group today, just in front of us. They'll have this 10 metres out from their own line. Ballina showing their muscle in attack as well as defence. Have kept Cuisine inside their own half of field. Though Cuisine do have the wind at their backs, they may, if they can't get out of their own half on this set, they want to go for make the use of this wind and get a kick away. They want to press Ballina in their own half. Nice run, nice part. Ooh, I think that was Liam Cusack. Couldn't get his hands to the ball there. He was well dispersed. I think that was James Torrens, his Laurie Daly Cup teammate.
I know, it was Kempnich, the halfback.
Kempnich.
Who flicked it inside for Cusack, but unfortunately the ball didn't hit him on the chest. It sort of went over his shoulder. But yeah, what a beautiful day here at Ballina today.
And
I've never been to this ground before, and I'm very impressed. Very impressed.
And of course, Ballina, this is they've hosted every grand final since 2013, barring one. Cuisine, of course, hosting in 2016. So our grand final hosting date has just become like nearly a landmark, like the Big Prawn. It's been becoming part of Ballina in recent years.
I think they took the Big Prawn down.
Oh no, that's still standing. I drove past it yesterday.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well,
I just don't think it's an actual. They don't attract it as much. It's just
it's not a seafood shop anymore.
No, it's just just the landmark.
Right.
The people still go there and visit it. They don't have the big pineapple anymore though.
Ah.
That's been taken down. As we get back to action here, Cuisine have it 30 metres out away from their own line. It'll be interesting to see who makes first. And Cuisine can attack from their own half as I was doing their game here against Tweed Coast at this very ground 3 weeks ago. By this time in the game, they already scored 2 or 3 tries, flexing their muscle.
Yeah, great defence from Roberts Laurie
nice
from
hard
Ballina.
tackle there. We felt that
And
one
again,
right up here.
number 11, Roberts Laurie.
That was Jordan Lee with the tackle, but they give away a defensive penalty, Ballina. That was Roberts Laurie who's one of the number changes.
Yeah, the second rowers have got the numbers backwards. The 11's the 12 and the 12 is the 11. As we see Kepnich kick for touch.
Nice kick by Kepnich. And I know there's a big viewing.
That's Harry Hazel.
A big batch of viewers at Cuisine. I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Let us know what you think.
Sorry, that was Ryan Stidham, the big number 10. He's looking for it again, but they'll go open. This is Harry Hazel.
Cuisine looking for first points. That's Kepnich where they get some. There are numbers on the right. And if he can get the pass away, should go in the corner, and he certainly does.
Forward pass. Yeah.
No,
forward
pass. The Cuisine Hornets contingent over the northern side of the field went up then.
Well, they did exactly what Ballina just did. Hands it out wide and the last pass went forward. Otherwise, he was in for sure.
And that was a similar play to when they were playing here against the Tweed Coast. They loved that right side corner, the Cuisine Hornets. But not to be, just slightly forward in Jack Nicholson's opinion. So Ballina will have a 10 metres scrum and on their own try line.
Yeah, well, both teams have shown that they're happy to spread it wide early. And eventually this will open up into a point scoring.
So they're 15 metres out. Ballina will have that centre of field nicely tackled. I think that was
Pinder.
Nick Andreas was involved in that too, Kev.
Yep.
That's Jordan Lee. Sorry, Adam Hart. Sorry, with the light blue head guard. So this is Roberts Laurie.
Yeah, he's impressive, Roberts Laurie. They're both in attack and defence.
Wonder if he might be pulling double duty today, Roberts Laurie. And that's a nice dummy half run there by Billy Dwayne. So it's fifth and last, 45 metres away from the Cuisine line. Buttonshaw will send this up. Nice kick. Just holding up with the wind, but gets the yardage. And he probably needed the wind to just hold it up because that could have maybe given Cuisine a 20-metre restart. So that was Ethan Kane that runs that one up.
Yeah, Ethan Kane, I'm sure he played in the halves in the representative side.
Laurie Daly Cup.
Yeah.
There was a bit of chopping and changing with position. I mean, Buttonshaw, he played dummy half for Ballina last week, but he can also play 5'8" and halfback, as you and I well know during the Laurie Daly Cup season.
Yeah. Big Stidham takes another hit up for the Cuisine Hornets.
So it takes it from the 20-metre line. So
that's Jordan Lee out wide there.
Speaking of that under-18s Laurie Daly Cup competition, they're featuring 4 of the try scorers as it running down the sideline. He's got one to beat. Nice kick there. That was Finn Kenny with a kick. And they're at 6s and 7s Ballina, but I think they lost it. Oh dear. They beat themselves there, the Hornets.
Yeah, Finn Kenny, very exciting play in open space, but the kick must have been one of the hardest kicks in the world to pick up.
They beat themselves, the Hornets. They had 2. They only just had to pick it up.
Yeah, poor old Kempnich. It was a nightmare of a ball to pick up. They overran it.
And it's just Finn Kenny when they trotted down the sideline there. I was just going to mention that there's 4 players for both teams who were try scorers in that competition, one each. Of course, that was Jordan Lee. He scored one against. In fact, I think he actually scored the only one against when they played Newcastle at Cabarita. With Ethan Kane, he scored I remember that, like in Coffs Harbour, Ethan Kane right in the first minute scored one right under the post against the North Coast down in Coffs Harbour. And Liam Cusack and Matt Buttonshaw picked up one each in Grafton against the Greater Northern Tigers.
Yes, there's a few try stories. That was a shame they didn't go in then. I think he was trying to do the Josh Adakar kick in for Chase Blair.
That's a penalty given in defence there. I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of these lads back up in next year's competition. If not for the under-23s, they'll be... And it's just exciting for Northern Rivers football when you have the under-23s champs and you've got these lads out here who'll be vying for an under-23s jersey.
Yeah, they might do it tough to get into the under-23s. Some of them would still be eligible for the Andrew Johns Cup next year.
Of course. As Ballina now take it 30 metres away from the Coogin line. Ballina were kept trialless 2 weeks ago and they give away another penalty. Oh dear.
Just inside the 10, lazy stuff from Coogin.
Within kicking distance, but I think Ballina will be running it.
Yeah, you got to
They'll be kicking it into the breeze. As I made mention, as I had a light-hearted approach in the call last week, if that Andrew Batiste isn't playing for the under-18, so they wouldn't have gone the two. If it was A grade, you think they would have.
Yeah, he doesn't miss them, does he, Batiste?
That's nice run there by Jordan Lee. Set up for either side, Ballina. It should go to the hands of Jack Petty. Beats one, can't quite beat the second. Ballina's close to the line. This is Billy Dwayne from dummy half, loses his footing. And they're set deep for a left side play. If you just joined us, it's still 0-0. This is Buttonshaw. Gets it off, I think that's Jordan Sly. Jordan Sly, nice run by Sly.
He likes to step back in, Jordan Sly.
Fifth and last, deep side play on the right side. Billy Dwayne go for the kick. And that just deflected off Dylan Pinder's foot. And Ballina will have another set of 6 back.
Yeah, great work. Good work from the number 9, Billy Dwayne. Good kick through and good chase and great defence. And now they got the line drop out here on the attack, all right. How long can Coogin hold out? They've given away 2 penalties and now a line drop out.
And they had a couple of chances gone begging here. They could have easily had one of 2 tries, be it for that forward pass and of course just right in front of us there. And they had 2 players and they only really just beat themselves. You got to take your chances when you're playing the minor premiers in any competition.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
As Byron Bay learnt in the ladies' game.
That was a close game though. I thought they held their own, the Byron Bay girls.
They certainly did. They can all be proud.
Good side, that Marist brothers side.
I've seen them week in and week out at home games at Red Devil Park, and they're a very tight knitted bunch, the Red Devils, coached by Keegan Ibesta. And he of course will get him ready for next year, and of course hopefully he'll be on deck again. He's the coach for the rep squad. I no doubt he'll be there again next year.
Petty gives it on to Grigor.
Grigor runs it up. Nice hard run by. He was another one of those try scorers against the Lower Clarence last week at Cabarita. Coogin.
Dwayne onto Sly. There's Hart.
Nice,
the ball now.
nice. They're trying to just get that one line break if they can. They're set for a deep side play in the second phase. This is going to Sly, and he spills it there, Sly.
Yeah, I think Sly was hoping that was going to be a decoy run. Instead, he ended up throwing it straight into it. It would have been forward anyway if he caught it.
So you can see.
To Coogin.
So this is nicely being filled up today. We see some Wollongbar supporters flocking in. They've had a supporters bus coming down here from the is it the commercial hotel?
Merbar Hotel. No,
yeah.
I think it's called the Exchange or something like that.
Yeah, they've had a big pickup, and they're basically, and some experts would say, mission impossible, trying to beat a 2-year winning streak for the Marist Brothers Rams. And Kev, you'll be calling that one with Mr. Brett Saville.
Yeah, that'll be fun. It'll be my first game without you, Dwayne. A very emotional moment for me.
Oh, mate, I'll always be here for you, mate.
Good run from Robert Slurry again. He's a dead set machine, the number 11 for Ballina.
So Ballina, that's 10 metres out from the Coogin line. First points of beckoning.
That's Grigor with the ball again. You think they should go in here, Ballina.
Hard run there. So, and Jack Nicholson just calling time off. Yeah, so I hope you got the voice warmed up. If the only last two finals that the reserve grade is getting to go by.
Been very close games, haven't they?
They have been.
Sly.
There's a nice run.
To Petty.
Nice run there by Petty. They're set for either side here, Ballina. This should go into the hands of Jordan Sly. Gets it after Buttonshaw. Buttonshaw's got numbers on the right. Goes himself. I think he might have this one down.
I think he has.
And the mascot's going up in a jubilation. He can see it. Jack Nicholson. Sorry, Kev.
He's all over it, Jack Nicholson. He's pointed to the spot.
And he does. Ballina already ticking one box, which they weren't able to achieve. And that's getting a try against Coogin. 4-0.
Great work from the captain there, Jordan Sly. He's been on the left side most of the game, but just then he came across and gave it to Buttonshaw, and Buttonshaw beat about 3 or 4 players to score. That's a great try.
Of course, Matthew Buttonshaw was one of those Laurie Daly Cup representatives. Scoring that from fullback. He's one of those utility players, Matthew Buttonshaw. He can play just about anywhere.
Not a bad goal kicker, Jordan Sly. He's kicking into a strong wind at the moment. But I'm still backing him to get this. It's his home ground. He'd be practicing on this field. He'd be used to this wind.
So, as the wind that Kev was talking about, this is coming from the Shores Bay, Missingham River, which is just over Yobbo's Hill. Richmond River, I should dare say. Got a bit of geography lesson there from our producer, Goffy. He's a man of all knowledge. Missingham Bridge. And as the ball goes up, it's holding. It might even go over, and it does. Nicely kicked there by Jordan Sly.
Yeah, he's a good footballer, Jordan Sly.
Thus making it now 6 points to 0.
That's a big kick, you know. In the grand final, he's only 6 or 7 metres away from the sideline. That's a big extra 2 points for the Ballina Seagulls. 6-0.
Trust you're enjoying the coverage where you may be watching. Of course, we'll be joined later by Nathan Cross as well. He'll be with me for the A grade grand final. And of course, Kev and Brett will take you through the reserve grade grand final. As the ball goes, Coogin will want to answer back. They will get the ball back. What a nice kick. Well assisted there by the breeze coming from the south.
Yeah, he had to catch that one on the full run. In the end, it was a nightmare for Robert Slorry. There's nothing he could do about that. And this is a very good attacking position for Coogin to hit back straight away. They got a strong breeze behind them.
So Ballina will be forced to take the drop out.
If he kicks this high, it'll sit up.
And as it does, gets about 30 metres on the fly. Coogin, they are very dangerous when they're attacking their opponent's half. As we saw here a few weeks ago against Tweed. Of set plays, they're even more dangerous. They take it off the 20. This is going to be, this is Blake Roberts. Gets slammed into the turf. They're set for a left side. They'll opt for the cutout pass, but no, that's going to be Ethan Kane. It's going to be set, and there's numbers on the left, the right, but couldn't quite get it through their hands. There were numbers for the Hornets. This is 5th and last, signalled there by Jack Nicholson. They should go for the kick. I thought he might have gone for a cross-field kick. It's going to be well read there by Caldwell Jackie.
Yeah, great work there from Ballina to clean up. Coogin just seemed to panic there. They were in a good position, and good run from Jordan Sly.
And lifting. He's opting for the lift. Finger twice of it. That's Roheda. Jackson Roheda. Ballina get it out to their 30. And that's going to
Grigor again with the ball.
Nice run by Geordie Grigor. Billy Dwayne to play from dummy. Gets it off to Adam Hart. And just shy of the halfway line. Billy Dwayne will play it. They'll kick this just shy of the half line. Coogin, Ballina are protesting for a half offside. Won't get it. And Ballina have done well to keep the Hornets side their own half of field. Don't want to force a mistake or a penalty, the Hornets.
Jordan Togo about to take the field, the number 15 for Coogin.
He's been impressive, Jordan Togo. I watched his game here a few weeks ago.
He will have a big impact leading into half-time, no doubt.
And nice solid hit, running defence there by the Seagulls. Drives him back about 10 metres.
The intensity certainly picked up as soon as we got a try on the board by Ballina.
Oh! And,
had to be.
Right, and that had to be a penalty every day.
But they went past that angle of 180 degrees. Or
That was Caldwell Jackie. He fought twice of it. But nevertheless, was still past the horizontal.
Nice kick for touch. Good opportunity here for Coogin to put some points on the board.
Nicely, it's going to be not. The crowd is starting nicely flocking in there. As I can see, our co-commentator Brett Seville down there fueling up for the next game. He's already on the chippies.
Great ball playing there from Ethan Kane, the fullback, getting in, doing a bit of work.
Whatever you do, don't eat his hat. Oh dear. That was dropped there by Jordan Togo.
He just got on the field, and that's the worst first run you can ask for. But anyway, we'll pack in a scrum here.
So Ballina will have this 20 metres out from their own line.
See the number 16 for Ballina's on, Kai Taylor. He's got the tape around his head.
So it's going to be played now there by Jake Petty.
There's Torrens with the ball.
Nice run by Torrens.
He's strong in defence and attack, this Torrens. I like him.
Yeah, I've seen James Torrens also played second half in some games, both for Ballina and as well as the Northern Rivers in the Laurie Daly Cup competition.
In the second row.
That's Dwayne, yeah, in the second row. Oh, attempted intercept there. I couldn't quite make it. Who's that?
That was Jacob Hall, who nearly ran away with it. Unfortunately, yeah, he's the number 6, Jacob Hall, with the headgear.
He would have ran back to Coogin with that. They weren't going to catch him if he had got it, and would have levelled this game up. But
there's a big Coogin crowd over there, isn't there, on the hill?
They support well, and I recall when they had their A graders in here last year for the grand final. I could say that. I mean, you're never going to beat Ballina at crowd attendance on their home ground any day, especially with Young's Hill. But
we've got a few buses from Tweed Coast coming down.
But I was just going to say though, they would have had about maybe 40% of the crowd.
There'll be a few Tweed Coast Raiders here this afternoon, that's for sure.
And I recall during the A grade game I did with Nathan Cross said to me, like, just after the game, that because you've got Tweed Coast and Wollumbar being represented, you think there might even be a little bit of a coalition amongst the Tweed Shire teams to get to see Tweed Coast get it over in their inaugural grand final appearance.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if everyone is going for Tweed Coast today. With Ballina winning so many competitions over the last 5 years, 4 out of 5. It's a bit sloppy play there. No penalty.
And they'll get the penalty. The two's going to look tempting here to get it past that one possession try. Well, get it past one scoring play. Potentially 8-0. It's right in front.
Yeah, I think he should take this, except the goal kick is the one down.
And the only reason I dare say they wouldn't take the kick is if it was that big southerly breeze.
Yes, it is a strong breeze. 6-0 on the board, but it's actually the goal kicker Jordan Sly is the player down. Hopefully he's all right for the Ballina Seagulls campaign here. Good opportunity for the players to get a bit of water in them.
Just to calm a few nerves. And so be interesting to see what happens out of this. This is Billy Dwayne.
We got about 6 minutes on the clock till half time. Unfortunately, there's no clock at this ground, so it's a common question asked. But yeah, we've got 6 to go.
And I think they might even be setting up for the kick.
Yeah, I think he's got the kicking tee in his hand. They're about
and there it is. Jack Nicholson signals it. And I think that's just Ballina showing a mark of respect for this Coogin team.
Well, that's exactly right. They worked so hard to get that first try. Five minutes till half time.
Certainly paying respect to the Coogin defence. And it has been solid as well. They were the only team to keep Ballina scoreless. Sorry, not scoreless, tryless, I dare say, 2 weeks ago. Beat in wet conditions. It was always going to be a recipe for low-scoring football, even against 2 attacking prowess teams like this. As the kick goes over, and easy as you like. Dust now making the score 8-0 the Ballina Seagulls over the Cuisine Hornets here at Kingsford Smith Park in Ballina.
Yeah, great kick for Jordan Sly. Must be rewarding considering he cocked the head high or something that got the penalty. But been a bit disappointed with Cuisine this half, not really using the wind behind them. You know, we'd like to see a few more kicks, I think.
So I trust you enjoyed the coverage. This is NRRRL Grand Final Day here at Kingsford Smith Park in Ballina. It's been a cracking game of football thus far, and we've still got plenty to come. As I can't make out the number there, but that's going to be
16, Kai Taylor.
It's well brought down there by Dylan Pinder. He's very, very versatile in defence and attack, Dylan Pinder.
He's one of the bigger forwards out there.
So that's Brock Styles, and my co-commentator here, Brett Saville, will remember when Brock Styles. I actually might want to get him in to talk about this. Like 3 weeks ago, Brock Styles did a platform star jump over about two Tweed Raiders players. It was the freakiest thing you've ever seen.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me back, Dwayne and Kevy. No, that was amazing. I've never seen anything like that. He's just what an athlete, super. He's just jumped over them like they weren't even there, Dwayne.
And I was actually saying he's a magician, and you know, had about four players surround him, and he actually got out of that. And I said, well, we can nickname him Houdini. So that was kicked there by Buttonshaw.
Great take by Ethan Kane.
Ethan Kane, of course, is fullback, and that did look a bit high for me.
Kai Taylor just a bit sloppy there, tackling him around the throat. Fair penalty. Jack Nicholson. Got a kick for touch here by Kane. Kicking with the wind behind him.
And with the assistance of the breeze, gets a handy field possession there off the kick.
One of the Cuisine supporters just making a meal of that in the crowd.
It's going to be played now by Roheda.
He's Togo.
Nice run by Togo. 35 metres away from the Ballina line.
There's your mate Brock Styles right now.
Brock Styles. He's not going to do any platform jumps here. He's well dispersed there by Seagulls. 2 of them. I think that was Jordan Lee looking for work there. Nice run up the middle there, and as I was saying that, they just lost it.
It was good
There's
work.
a little bit of niggle there.
It was good work from Jackson Roeda, the number 9.
Brett behind me saying, turn it up.
Yeah, well, this is a bit of a let-off for Ballina. That was a good opportunity just before half-time for Cuisine to put some points on the board, but this looks like we might go into half-time at 8-0.
And so Ballina will have this 10 metres out from their own line. And they'll be looking to get something from their own half. It's going to be brought down there by, I think that's Jordan Kampnich. And Nick Andreas has just been caught in the tackle there, getting a little bit frustrated. And you can see there he responds well in that. Just a nice hard hit. Just tough play there, Nick Andreas.
Great run again from Torrens. Dwayne, the number 9 for Ballina, has been exceptional
he's
as well.
Been absolutely
He
impressive.
goes Jordan Sly.
Playing there deep inside.
Well, he's another one.
And
I think at the moment Ballina have definitely got the stick over Cuisine.
Just hard inside their own half. I think this is...
That's the number 5.
Tupulala here.
He's another rep player.
Another rep player from the Laurie Daly Cup. Nice kick there from Billy Dwayne. And the bounce beats. I couldn't quite make out the number there. It's a bit far away from where we are. But Cuisine, they'll have it 20 metres out from their own line. Ballina reading well in defence. Cuisine at least want to keep Ballina in their own half. They would love to get some points going into the break.
Good tackle by Petty.
Well read there by Jake Petty, the halfback. They're going down the left side of the field near the grandstand. Nice run. He's got numbers on his left, but that's Dylan Pinder.
Great work. There's a good combination there between Kempnich and Pinder on the left side.
40 metres out from the Ballina line. Getting it for a set of hands. That's Jacob Hall. Beats one player. I think he's spilled it. It's going to be There could have been a potential offside there, but no, it's going to be called knock on by
Kyle Beaver, the number 11 for the Cuisine Hornets, has just spilled his lollies over there. We must be getting close to half time. The players look like they don't want this scrum.
I think Ballina, they'll just be looking to just play out their set of 6. They'll have to do well to break this Cuisine defence to get something from their own half.
I reckon, this is a good opportunity to just surprise Cuisine with a bit of an early kick or something. This is like a
Nice run up the centre. They just get it centre of field, set up for either side.
Yeah, that was the number 17, Taj Perry. He's just got on the field.
This is Roberts Laurie. Roberts Laurie gets it on their 40-metre line, gets the opponent on the right side, gets it through to Petty, gets it through to Buttonshaw. Buttonshaw gets it out to Colwell Jackie. He's got one to beat. He's got Hillard on his left. He's going himself. And Hillard throws his hands up. He felt he should have passed it to him. And I think that should be a penalty to Ballina, and they get it.
Possibly 10 in the bin. What a ball from Buttonshaw onto Colwell Jackie.
I think the Hornets knew they were 6 and 7 there. They had to force that penalty. As you're right, there could have been a case to have someone sent to the bin, but not to be. This is now going to be Adam Hart. Ballina can smell the line, get it. They want to get it out to double-figure lead, coming in early. Gets it out to Hillard. He was one of the try scorers from last week. This will be played by Billy Dwayne. They're set deep for the left side play. I can see Petty right out the back, goes through the hands of Petty. Gets it out. I think this is the captain, Jordan Sly.
Torrens with
and
the ball.
There was a 1-on-1 strip.
Penalty
Another penalty.
I think they'll take the 2 this time.
Though I don't think it's going to help them much as far as getting it past the 1 point scoring, well, one try scoring play. This will take it to Temple.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's just the halftime siren could sound at any moment. Geez, that number 2, Caldwell Jackie, hasn't he got
He's
some
impressive,
speed?
Caldwell Jackie.
What a good step.
He'll be
too.
back in for representative honours next year, I dare say.
He's definitely got plenty of speed. The ground is filling up.
It is filling up big.
So next to the Cuisine Hornet supporter, you got the Tweed Coast Raiders, and you got the Murwillumbah Mustangs.
So I can see there to our left, where you can see on the scoreboard here, just next to that, you can see the Mustangs. They've got their little setup, and then you got the beer tent there. Is that the same beer tent that they use at Cabarita, Kev, the 4X1? That looks very similar.
Possibly, yeah, could be. Yeah, possibly.
Because all the Cuisine supporters are next to it, and then you've got all the Marist brothers supporters next to the complex as the kick goes over, thus now making it 10 points to 0. Ballina Seagulls over the Hornets in the under 18s grand final.
Not saying that the Cuisine supporters are all drinkers.
No.
but they are. They seem to be hanging around the beer can
and
hut.
to our left there, we can see the Marist brothers supporters there. That's where they had that spot picked out. That's where they were last year.
They haven't lost the game for 38 games apparently.
37.
37 games on the trot. Wow.
And
2 seasons.
And that's like milestone after milestone. And we won't have time to take the kick. Jack Nicholson will call it half time. And Ballina playing it safe to get that penalty kick, as you just saw there. And of course the grandstand, that was already full at about 7:30 this morning, so they've already had that well picked out. So what did you like in the first half there, Kev?
Oh, that was a great game of football. A bit disappointed with Cuisine. Didn't really use the wind behind them, but good discipline to Ballina. Great work from the fullback, Buttonshaw, centre, Torrens, he's had a good game, and captain Jordan Sly. They've all put in the 11, Robert Slory.
So with that being said, though, and it's got to be known that Cuisine's defence has been quite solid. They've only kept Ballina for one try, and they really could have even been in front themselves if those 2 players that we saw before, the forward pass, for me, the wind didn't help. I think the wind might have pushed that a bit forward. Nevertheless, that was called.
And they kicked back inside.
And then the kick, and then they had 2 players there, and they kind of just beat themselves there. But nevertheless, so it's a new half of football, but Cuisine's still very much in it. What do they need to do coming into it, though?
Well, it's anyone's game, as you said, very close in the first half, and they just need to complete their sets. As I say, it sounds like a bit of a cliche, but that's exactly what they need to do. Come out and score first.
Trust you're enjoying the coverage at home. We've still got plenty of action here to come. So it is halftime in the under 18s grand final. It's Ballina Seagulls 10, Cuisine Hornets 0. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second half again. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I can actually look at the jerseys and tell you who it is.
Yeah.
Warming up and stuff like that.
These are live, by the way. Okay, let's go. Dwayne Neville, Kevin Ferrugia back here for NRRRL Grand Final Day here at Kingsford Smith Park in Ballina. If you just joined us, it's 10 points to nil in the Under-18s Grand Final in Ballina's favour over the Cuisine Hornets. As the Cuisine Hornets are now coming back, they'll be playing into the breeze. As I'm joined here back with Kevin Ferrugia. Kev, so as the hooter goes off here and the officials come back out, what do both teams need to do to keep competitive in this one?
Well, this is going to definitely be a very close half of football. Cuisine need to come out with a bit more intensity and just sort of control the ball a bit better. But yeah, they're both playing pretty well. There's not much in it, even though the Cuisine aren't on the board yet. They've nearly scored 2 tries, and Ballina just scored the 1.
And as we can see, as the Ballina Seagulls run onto the field, I can see there the big contingent of lime green coming out just on the north side of the field. That could even almost prove to be decisive if Andrew Batiste is kicking towards that region in the first grade grand final.
Yes, another one of the Raiders buses has arrived. I can see someone's actually got the horns on down there. 2 of them have. That's sensational.
And I actually saw that at a concert in Brisbane on Friday night. As we see, I saw that at a concert, and you might have seen it on my Instagram.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah. So the bloke had the horns on. They refer to him as Odin. As we get back underway.
Good take by Sly, that's hard.
Nice hit there, and I think that's met there by Liam Cusack. That was Adam Hart that played it, 30 metres out from their own line.
Dwayne gives it on to Petty.
Nice hit there, and I think that's Brock Styles, as we mentioned. He's been so impressive in defence.
Yeah, he's a workhorse, the number 13 for Cuisine. As is his second row, Jordan Lee taking another tackle there.
I think Cuisine, they're making the most of, I think Ballina's, they might actually throw off their play coming off with this breeze. 40 metres out from their line, kick goes up, nice kick, nice spiralling kick. Ethan Kane's going to have to work for it, and he does it well, Ethan Kane. A
great take from Ethan Kane, but they're the sorts of kicks I was talking about that Cuisine didn't do in the first half, and Ballina look like they're going to use the breeze. Nice. As we see Finn Kenny have a run from dummy half.
20 metres out from their own line.
Brock Styles.
Nice run there by Brock Styles.
Doing plenty of work. And gets a penalty. Yeah. All inside the 10.
Yeah, I could see the Viking. Are they going to do the Viking clap today, Kevy?
Oh, I hope so. There's a big chance. There's another bus or 2 to arrive.
Or should I also say too, as I said, I was at this concert, I saw a band called Dragonland. They're from Sweden, like a power metal band, and so it brings out a few of these Vikings. They were doing jigs and everything, and I thought, are they from your mob? Are they getting in early?
They possibly could be. You never know. Then Stidham takes a
nice
good
run there by Stidham. And of course, you said there's a bit of a contingent at Lesburger Field Cabaret watching this one, and the after party's there.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think the local band Fat Albert could be playing.
So this is Jacob Hall, gets it off to Jackson Wilheda.
There's Pinder with the ball.
Nice run by Dylan Pinder. Nice run from the centre, gets it off to the hands of Harry Hazel. They're set for either side. Cuisine, they could get first points of momentum, and this could be valuable. This is Hall. Nice kick across field. Well spread, and he's got no one to beat.
Torrens.
Nice run by Torrens. He's gone over the 40. He's over the 40 now. He might just be cut off. Gets it off the Tallulah here. Nice defended there by the Hornets.
Ethan Kane, take a bow.
They were in for all money. They had no one there. They just come from the right side.
And
Get to
Dylan
the-
Pinder.
This is Jordan Sly. And oh, there was a hit there by Jacob Hall. Nice clean hit by Jacob Hall. This is Billy Dwayne, plays it off to Adam Hart. 10 metres out.
Blake Roberts getting in, doing plenty of work for Coogin.
Though Coogin, I think they've just got their defence back in point. They're playing it deep, Ballina. They gets off the Buttonshaw. I think that was Mason Hillard.
Yeah, great defence from Coogin.
They Ballina were in for all money. They had no one in front of them. But I think that was Ethan Kane that just came from his blind side.
Ethan Kane and Dylan Pinder.
Fifth and last, Ballina's going over. I think they have.
Yeah.
They got it. And Jack Nicholson should make this 14-0 for the Seagulls. And out of nothing, you'd think their Coogin Hornets could have scored one of their own over the other end, but it took a play from James Torrens to get him in position.
I think that was Mason Hillard that scored the try.
Another one of those try scorers from last week.
The number 3. Yep, Mason Hillard. Well, unfortunately for Coogin there, it's now 14-0 with the kick to come, and this is starting to look a bit one-sided. They looked like they were going to score up the other end of the try, and well read from Torrens, who I thought was going to score himself, but then chased down by Kane in the second row of Pinder. Well done, good chase back.
So this is what you could see from this Ballina team, that when they had their own home ground, which was gifted, of course, from the great work from the A-grade team, getting the hosting rights today, and to have their family and friends all up on the hill there, on Yobos Hill, that's starting to puck out. That is just like another Ballina bench. One big Ballina bench.
So that hill will be full of Ballina people.
As I've known from previous years.
That's the way it goes, eh?
When I wasn't up here, I know from previous years I learned about the hardships of what happens if you go over there, especially when the Red Devils were playing in 2014.
Really? Yobbo Hill.
Know all about it. But
Jordan
nevertheless,
Sly.
we're safe up here today, Kev. As the kick, just hits the inside of the post. Thus the score now remains 14-0. The Ballina Seagulls over the Coogin Hornets.
Did you notice the top of the post, instead of having flags, they've got little seagulls' heads, Dwayne? It's a nice touch.
Now here's a stat that I've got here. During the regular season, the Ballina Seagulls scored no less than 20 points at any time during the season, even including that one loss that they had against Lower Clarence. As you see there, the ball gets flicked up.
Yeah, knock
They'll
on.
be able to retrieve it. Coogin will have a chance to answer back.
That's the first thing Buttonshaw's done wrong all day. He's had a great game, so we'll let him off the hook. But yeah.
And on 5 occasions, Ballina have scored 44 or more points.
Wow. So what you're saying at 14-0, they've at least got one more converted try in them.
As I said, well,
And
that was
Coogin
during the
need to
regular
score.
season. Of course, I was mentioned, they actually were kept tryless.
Well, Coogin just need to score next, and off this scrum
Anything can happen.
wouldn't go astray.
And it's any given Sunday today. Anything can happen. As Coogin played 20 metres out from the Ballina line, Jacob Hall, I think he'll just be told to replay that one.
Yeah, once again, I've got to give a rap to Jack Nicholson.
He's
Every game that we've called and he's refereed, I'm yet to see him make a mistake.
He's very impressive.
I'd like to see him get a crack in the A grade.
Yeah, of course. He was impressive. Oh dear, that was Coogin Hornets are caught napping. Hand the ball on it. That was like that had put the wrapping paper and the bow on it. That was gift wrap for the Seagulls.
Yeah, it was like they were all standing back waiting for Robert's lorry to come through and pick it up.
So, you were mentioning about Jack Nicholson and calling a lot of his games. Like we, of course, referring he did a big swag of the Andrew Johns Cup competition, and it's a good thing for these referees to have a bit of a pathway. Of course, Shane Hayne, the ex-NRRRL referee, has them well trained up
I reckon
in the country side of things, and it's great to see.
I'll give Jack Nicholson 5 years and he'll be in the NRL. He's an awesome ref.
He's got good guidance.
There's another one of those big kicks
Nice kick.
with this wind.
And floating up, it misses Ethan Kane. There's chases for the Seagulls, but it's going to be well picked up. And
He's called a knock on to
called a
Ethan
knock
Kane.
on.
That was a hard kick to take.
And if it wasn't, it would have been a penalty for Coogin because
They were just the kicks I wanted to see Coogin do in the first half. Use the wind, just nice and high. That would have been a nightmare to take.
Blake Roberts was being dragged out there, and I was just about to say it could have been a penalty for the Hornets. I think this is the same active area for the Tweed Coast, which we saw last week against Moorlambar, Kev. They're all standing up. They're going to be singing songs and doing Viking claps. It'd be great atmosphere.
I'll tell you one thing's for sure. This is a good opportunity for Ballina to win the game. They've got another scrum feed here, Ballina.
Yeah, as it is, as Kev said.
If they go in here and it'll be 20-0.
14-0. They're in perfect position to do so. They've just shown in this game that they're deadly in attack from well inside their own half, and they're just as deadly inside their opponent's half.
I reckon if they can get the ball to Coldwell Jackie out there, he'll score, no doubt.
He's very deep, Coldwell Jackie.
There's no one marking him.
There's no one marking him. I was just about to say that.
There's numbers. They've got an overlap of 2 players.
This
and
is going to be
just
played
give it Torrens.
That was played by Jordan Sly.
He runs well, Torrens.
No, and Cuisine, they're just upping their defence. They're clicking into 4th gear. They're desperate. They can't only afford to let Ballina back.
There's still
another
numbers
try.
out there.
There is numbers. They're playing that side all day, Ballina. They're about 5 metres out from the Cuisine line. And now I can see Toplala here pulling right back.
That's Grigor with the ball there. He's been a bit of a workhorse today.
And I think there's a player down for the Hornets.
Looks like the number 9, old Harry Hazel.
That is Harry Hazel.
Slowly making his way back to the market position. He's all right. Oh, they're just checking him for the HIA. No, he's all right.
So as Jack Nicholson, he'll call time on. They're 10 metres away from the Cuisine Hornets line.
We've got Hart wants it on the left side.
It's going to go to
cut out Hart.
Cut out pass.
Finds
the hands of Sonny Schiefer, but he's just dropped it. Handed it right back to the Hornets.
Yeah, they had the right idea there, Ballina.
And I was just talking about presents there. That was an early Christmas present for the Hornets. Just Sonny Schiefer threw it right into the hands of the Hornets.
Well, he's just let him off the hook there. That was a good opportunity to put the nail in the coffin, I think. But now, Cuisine, there's still a chance here. Just must score next, Cuisine.
100% Kev. It's 14-0.
14-0, exactly. You're not going to win the game with 0 on the board.
Still just inside the first portion of the second half. So it's for Cuisine to do. They'll have to go over 3 times to do it. They're playing this one deep inside their own half of field. This is now going to Finn Kenny. Plays this, playing it right up the middle.
It's been solid today, Finn Kenny. It's a shame his kick wasn't a bit better, but
this is Steedham, takes it out on the 3rd phase, gets it out onto their own 40. This is now going for Harry Hazel. Ballina, I think he'll want to get him off quickly, otherwise it's going to be a penalty. And I think there was laying a little bit too late for me. This is going to be Ethan Kane playing from the centre. Nice run by Ethan Kane. He's had an impressive year, Ethan Kane. You'll see him feature, no doubt, in the A grade in the years to come. So this is going to be 5th and last. That was Jordan Kemnich.
Back on to Kane.
Nice kick across field. Buttonshaw will be doing well to get there. The bounce hasn't favoured him. First points for the Cuisine Hornets.
Now we've got a game on our hands now. I think that might have been Brock Styles that scores for number 13.
The magician, Houdini.
I think it was him.
And it took a tricky bounce to do it. It beat Buttonshaw. All ends, 14 points to 4.
It's a beautiful bounce. Yeah, I think that was Brock Styles.
And we were actually saying before, it was Brock Styles. And we saw a similar try that in the ladies game from Taylor Jarrett when she kicked it, and the bounce just beat everybody from the Marist Brothers Ramettes, and then she just pounced off her own kick, almost getting Byron back into the match, but
in the same spot pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much in the same spot. So
you need a bit of luck.
So the win coming into has actually worked favours for both teams today.
Oh, mate, in windy conditions, you should be making sure that every set of 6 has a good kick and a good chase. And they're back in this game now, Cuisine. I'm glad that Ballina didn't score that try. We're about to see number 16, Kai Taylor, come back on for the Seagulls.
So he'll be kicking into the breeze here.
Hasn't had a kick yet today. Is that Kane? I think it is Ethan Kane kicking.
I think that is Ethan Kane.
He's had a solid game today. He's got a lot of skills, that's for sure. He's goal kicking one of them.
So Brock Styles, he scored 2 tries in the regular season. As you can hear Yobbo's Hill go up, they're already in full voice.
Oh, unfortunately,
the kick looked good from here, but not to be.
He shaved the right upright there.
And you can hear the Yobbo's Hill already getting their voices ready for the big one.
It's going to be quite loud here this afternoon.
And I can guarantee you will not find a patch of grass along that hill. It's going to be packed.
Yeah. What about the what about the hill? Just behind the Ballina try line there. Is that get filled as well?
Well, I think that's anyone that
That's the family hill.
the family, yeah, yeah. You take
There's the big number 8.
that's
He's had a
number
good
8.
game.
That's going to be Harry Hazel.
Yeah, great
Nice
time.
run by Harry Hazel, even well responded there by Adam Hart on the 20-metre line.
Rohita gives it on to Stidham.
Nice run there by Stein.
Oh, no.
Solid tackle there by Kai Taylor. They're just in the middle of the field there. Gets it out onto their own 40-metre line.
Brocky
With a
Styles.
C there at Ballina Seagulls.
Oh, they're looking good now, Coogin.
It's going to
They've stood up a year, Stidham again.
That is Stidham. Has to take Ballina's best defence to keep him down. They're set for a right side play here, Kev, I see, but they're going to go to the left.
Yeah.
That's Kempnich. Gets it out to Kane.
Oh,
Kane, he
no.
couldn't get it off to the... I think that
There's-
was Cole
There's the 17 over there, the
Webb Billis.
Webb Lillis, but unfortunately the pass look forward anyway. But Coogin sort of go to Ethan Kane every time on that 4th, 5th tackle.
So Ballina will have a scrum feed. So that's scores now 14-4, so 10 points in it.
Two converted tries, and Coogin
Coogin
can win the game.
Even despite scoring, will still have to be the next team to score
Yep.
from here.
I think so.
So they'll
Just over 10 minutes to go.
I'll put this down. It's going to be this will say it on the halfway line. Ballina can smell another consecutive major title in front of their home supporters. Coogin are not going to let them down without a fight. Now I could just say Coogin, they just kind of lost a bit of fuel in their attack. Sorry, in defence then. But I dare say that was solid defence there. I just think they're not running up on as fast as they once were. This is going to be Sonny Schiefer.
Yeah, Shani Sheila doing a front rower's hit up. He goes the Jordan Lee with the cut out pass.
That's Billy Dwayne.
to
Gets it
Petty.
off to Petty. That's 10 metres out. Ballina will be looking to put this potentially putting this one to bed in this set of 6. They're playing their left side. That was Petty for the kick. Was that
6
played
again.
at?
Yeah, I think it could be 6 again. He hasn't.
And I haven't seen
He
Jack
has not
Nicholson
called it.
signal it.
He
No,
has not called it,
wasn't
no.
played at.
So
They're
it's
about
just-
5 metres out from the line. They're playing for dummy. That could be Billy Dwayne. And just dispersed.
Billy Dwayne into dummy half now. He's looking to Hart, but he goes
And playing a
behind.
deep side play.
That's Jordan Sly with the ball.
And that is Sly, the captain. He's solid. Reminds me of Matt Gillette, Matt Jordan Sly.
Yeah, he's definitely
Solid
a wiry
boy.
character. He looks very agile.
This is Roberts Laurie. Always looking for work, Roberts Laurie. Will he feature in the A-grade game coming up?
Smell a try there, Robert Slurry.
They're set deep. And you'd think that
Sly again.
and this is going to be Bunshaw. Should be
sorry.
over, is over.
Wow.
And that could also be over for the Coogin Hornets.
Well, you'd think so. And Torrens, I'm not sure why he didn't put that underneath the sticks then. He had no one in front of him, but yeah, I suppose it might not matter.
Thus making it now. Ballina Seagulls up 18 points to Coogin Hornets 4.
He deserved to try, Torrens. He's had a great game in both attack and defence.
And it is James Torrens who is the try scorer. Another one of the many Laurie Daly Cup under-18s representatives.
He was solid in the Laurie Daly Cup too, I remember.
He did. He crossed over the stripe, as I mentioned. I think
One of their better players.
I think the memory that was against
Has he got-
Newcastle.
He's got 2 different coloured boots on. Torrens.
And it's just funny you mentioned that. I was working the game with Crossy last week.
One of
and
them's orange, one's
we were
green.
calling these boys in the under-18s, and you'll see Michael Dwayne in the A grade doing the same thing. Now,
fair dinkum.
who was it? I think it's actually the same boots.
Well, they've just
James Torrens.
swapped a boot each. That's probably what's
Must be a
happened
good
there.
luck charm.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. I like it. It's a nice touch. I never thought it'd do that. Well, everyone used
I
to just
guarantee
wear
you
black
will see it
boots
in the A grade game. Michael Dwayne with the 2 different
with
sets of boots.
the with the orange and the green. Oh, it's a nice
great to
touch.
see. It is a great
creative.
touch.
Very creative stuff, Torrens. Not
As-
just a creative
In a
footballer.
movie, I think Morgan Freeman had it wrong. You know the movie Shawshank Redemption?
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah, like towards the end when they did the Great Escape. His
Oh.
mate did the Great Escape.
Get
I said,
big-
how can you tell a person from their? How can you tell what by a person wearing their shoes?
How often do you look at a man's shoes?
How often do you look at a man's shoes?
Get busy living, get busy dying. That's damn right.
As a kicker, looks good. But
Well
it
done.
is good.
He's a good goal kicker.
And no need to go in the post.
Yeah,
The
he didn't matter. Torrens, you got away
captain's
with that
effort
one.
there from Jordan Sly. Thus making the score now 20 points to 4. Ballina cooking.
Well, there's their guaranteed 20 points per game, Ballina. Well done. They're going to be hard to run down from here. 3 converted tries.
And Yobbo's Hill across there is only just getting bigger in numbers. And the kick, considering he's in the breeze, that is a really nice kick. Just going to the hands of Adam Hart. Coogin, they need to keep Ballina restricted here because the chances are going to come. They're basically got to score for next play, getting to that point. They're now 16 points down. One more will certainly put it to bed.
Yeah, well, now they're just trying to see.
Well, that's a start.
That is a good start for Coogin.
They'll get a set of 6 inside the Ballina half. And
we're right on 10 minutes to go.
so 10 minutes and change left in this one. 20 points to 4 if you just joined us. Ballina Seagulls. So as I said, they've kept to their regular season. They have not scored any less than 20 points.
Well, they've deserved to win the premiership if they do that.
And
So
when they
10 minutes to go.
And when they score more than 22, they win.
I wouldn't write off. Oh no!
And
penalty.
that's a penalty.
Here we go. 3 tries in 10 minutes. It can be done.
Coogin needs something from this set of 6. They need
This is vital.
tries off consecutive sets of 6.
Must score off this set.
So is it 16 points? So that's
Good run by Styles.
so that's 3 tries that they'll need.
Had a solid game.
It's got to happen
Styles.
here. This is going to be run by
Togo.
Togo. Had an impressive game in attack. Coogin had not had a bad game by any stretch. And this is going to be a nice run up the middle.
Harry Hazel.
Harry Hazel getting close. I can see Ethan Kane's falling right back. They might get into the hands of Ethan Kane, but they won't. Gets it off to Liam Cusack. Well brought down there by the captain there, Jordan Sly. This is Rohita. Gets it off to
That's Kempnich with the boot.
Kempnich crossfield kick right in the hands.
Flicked it back in.
Force. That's going to be a penalty. I think he was in front of the kicker there, Kev.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. Good call there from Jack Nicholson. And with that, you'd pretty much think, oh no, there's still 9 minutes.
I can see a few.
I don't want to write off
I could
Coogin yet.
see Coogin aren't exactly running up, getting themselves set in the defence.
No, they don't look like they want it.
This is a different Coogin team to the one we saw in the coming weeks.
2 weeks ago, they were awesome, weren't
Yeah,
they?
they played that really gritty, solid defence, forcing mistakes. They play that really gritty game, and that worked.
It was extremely wet too.
And I can assure you, they probably would have had to wish that this wet weather just passed. Had it just stayed,
Yeah.
we could be seeing a whole different result. I can rest assure you of that.
They certainly liked the wet 2 weeks ago. Coogin, they came home with a wet sail. Goodness me.
Yeah, and as we see there, Ballina dropped that. Yeah, for me, I think that's really all it is. Coogin haven't played a bad game at all. It's just that their style of play, you got to play to condition. I think this style of play,
Well, they were
they
unlucky
wouldn't have liked the sun coming out today.
in the first half. Coogin, I won't say they bombed 2 tries, but they're unlucky not to score 2 tries. And it would have been, as you say, a completely different second half.
Nevertheless, so Coogin will have this on the halfway line. Goes through the hands of Ethan Kane, gets it to...
That's 17.
Nice.
Good old Lillis. Lillis has been good out there.
Looking for
since
work
he's
there,
come on.
Webberless.
Nearly lost it.
Coogin appealing for a penalty. They're not going to get it. I think this is
Pinder.
now going to be run by Dylan Pinder.
He's been strong down that left side, Pinder.
So they're set up for a right side. No one's set. They're playing the left side well, Coogin. Ballina's read it well. And that's going to be another penalty for the Hornets.
He tackled him.
And there's going to be afters.
Oh, goodness.
Jack Nicholson is doing well to put a stop to it.
He tackled him as he was going to play the ball. He'd already been tackled. Had to be a penalty. Let's see if Coogin can make something of it. Good run by Togo.
This is definitely now or never now for the Hornets. They need something off this. They need 6 points off this play. Gets it off to Kempnich. Gets to the
number
hands
16.
of... Oh, I couldn't quite the number. He just fell down.
It's Lockie Wiley. He's just got on the number 16.
Nice
for
run
Coogin.
up the centre.
He's
He
in.
might be able to go over.
Oh, wow. Rohita,
Not
so
quite.
dangerous from dummy half.
This is going to be.
He's hurt. He's hurt, I think, Rowita. There he is.
You can see the lime green headgear there of Lockie Wiley. Yeah, there is a player down. Hopefully he's okay.
Looks like he might be winded or something. Haven't seen any planes go over today, Dwayne.
No, as I was just saying in the early coverage, the ladies game to Brett, like it was similar conditions like this, and normally you get if you're flying into Ballina, they normally charge you like an extra fee for having the adventure of taking off and landing, like flying into Wellington. And I was saying that before, I don't want to be a broken record about it, but normally some flights get diverted in weather like this. They send them up to the Goldie.
The Gold Coast Airport. Ooh.
Yeah, I've had a few adventures at Ballina Airport, just to saying quietly. Didn't make it landing on one of those occasions.
Oh, geez, it doesn't sound too good. I can't say I've been to Ballina Airport. I have been to Ballina though before today.
So we did have a couple of old warplanes, or at least what they looked like flying over before.
I'm sure they're not just big Pelicans. There's a lot of big Pelicans in Ballina.
There is over the Michigan Bridge over there. There certainly is.
All right, we're going to go back into it. Rohita's to play it back for Wiley.
Yeah.
Time on.
Okay, so
Oh, no.
there might even been called a penalty here, maybe for offside.
He wants the trainer back.
And this will just give a chance for some cool heads. We'll just give Ballina and Cuisine, they're taking in some extra deep breaths.
He's bleeding Rohita.
Could be a blood bin.
It's a long stoppage. This is cutting into the extra time. But the ground, geez, the ground's filling up.
It is. It's
That
as
hill,
it always does on grand final day. And Ballina, they've hosted here every year except one in 2016.
there's Togo with the ball.
Nice run there by Togo. This will be Lockie Wiley to play it. Has a choice of either side. Ops to the left, gets it through to Kapnich.
There's
And
Pinder with the ball. Pinder.
nice run there by Pinder. Dylan Pinder.
He's only centimetres
It's
away.
fifth and last. Couldn't
Six
quite
again.
get the hands of Kapnich. And they'll go themselves.
Six again.
6 more. This is now or never now for the Hornets.
There's
Wiley goes himself. Couldn't quite slide over. They're getting desperate now, the Hornets. They're throwing everything at it. And it's going to be held up.
Hold up. Wow. It's all happening.
Ballina feel if they can just hold on here with a set of 6.
Yeah, the
And
longer they drag out,
I think they've called an
Cuisine scoring
offside.
a try, the longer.
I think that's just going to be a mere no, or this could be another blood bin. Yes, it is.
Same bloke. Obviously, they didn't solve the problem last time.
Yeah, I'll just wipe it down, get him back on his way. This is now
Kapnich.
Kapnich. Get it. Oh,
Kane.
dear.
Kane.
And that's going to be a constituted double knock on there.
Yeah, it was a
Costly for the Hornets.
tough one to catch there from Ethan Kane. He's been good this afternoon in a losing side, but unfortunately, he just couldn't handle that one.
I can hear some of the supporters here. They call for the mercy rule. I think that's a bit harsh for the Cuisine Hornets. They've certainly been in this game, as I had mentioned. I think it's more to do with weather. Like, of course, there was different weather conditions, as you know, 2 weeks ago.
Yep. Well, it doesn't surprise me that Ballina are a strong club. I think they've got a larger population.
They're a very big family club, and I'm
Cabarrita, that's for
sure. And I'm sure when you do the call with Brett in the next game, he's an old loyal Ballina boy. He'll tell you all about the family.
Okay.
They're a well family club, and he's standing there right behind over my right shoulder. He'll definitely give you the lessons of how much of a big family club this is. Ballina, you don't see too many Ballina players
Leave Ballina.
straight. Well, yeah. Well, if they do, they go on to bigger and better things, like James Roberts and Mitch Orbison and
Jimmy the Jets from Ballina, eh?
yes, that's there.
He's my favourite player in the game at the moment, Jimmy.
He's become mine when he threw a Broncos jersey on.
Oh, he's an awesome, or a New South Wales jersey.
But,
He's awesome.
And of course,
Let's charge down. Good work from Button.
and that should be 6 more. And so no doubt. Well, James Roberts is playing, of course, against the Dragons today. So
You wouldn't want to be marking him up.
hopefully there's some. If there's any ex-Ballina players that are not here today, if they've got other commitments, they're watching on this live stream. And
There's Robert
a
Slory.
nice run there by Robert Slory. He's got one to beat. Does beat him. Nice fend to get it over.
Well done.
That right there is the exclamation point of this game for the Seagulls. Just fends Liam Cusack into the ground.
I'm happy to give him man of the match, Robert Slurry.
And that's to the displeasure of the Hornets fans over.
He
over
has
there.
been outstanding, Robert Slurry. The Raiders seem to be
There's a bit of a coalition there with the Raiders.
the Raiders crowd. He got up and I think he give it to the Raiders crowd and they give it back.
Of course, it's just probably because it's more to do with the fact that they're featuring in the A-grade grand final.
Oh, it's going to be such a big game. That
It's going to be a massive game.
Raiders' first grand final ever. More from Pottsville to Kingston, they've all come down here.
And of course, Moolumbar, Yukai,
Oh, great area, great part of the world.
and of course Lismore, as we can see there.
This Northern Rivers region competition, all the towns are good to come to, and all the grounds are sensational, are scenic and spectacular.
Of course, Byron as well, and the ladies, and
He'll take his time with this Jordan Sly. There's no hurry. He'll make it 26 points to 4.
I mean, did you see that run from Roberts Laurie on his Laurie Daly Cup teammate Liam Cusack?
He could have my man of the match, Robert Slurry. He's been outstanding. The fullback, got to give him a
I
rap
think
too.
Mick Foss will be thinking about saying, "Hey, have you got more in you for the A grade?"
Oh, another fellow who's had a good game, Jordan Sly, and Torrens. How good's Torrens been for Ballina?
It all goes to show why they've got representative honours. You'd bank Roberts Laurie maybe having a shot at under 23, as I mentioned before.
Yeah,
The kick goes over. Thus now making the score
26 points
26 to 4.
Yeah.
Ballina know it now. They're going to be back-to-back premiers, minor and major premiers.
Yeah, well, I think well deserved to Ballina. Like, they've been the better side all
100%.
game. And this, you win a game, you win a grand final 26 to 4.
And the
You
Cochin
definitely
Hornets,
deserve to win the comp. Sorry.
the Cochin Hornets, they've been in this all game. It's just Ballina have just lifted another gear. And 300 minutes and change left to go in this one. Ballina might even score again here. They've got numbers on the left. The pass wasn't a good one. Can Cochin at least get maybe a consolation try out of this?
Great break there from Buttonshaw, but yeah, the pass unfortunately was to the feet of Torrens. But the Coogin defence is just opening up. They've been good this afternoon, Coogin. Just missed a few opportunities in the first half. Probably didn't take advantage of the win as Ballina have with their kicks. But all in all, this Ballina team, they play for each other.
They certainly do. That's why they're a big family club. And I was just mentioning before when Roberts Laurie was about to score that you don't see many players come from other clubs to play with them, and they only leave when they go on the bigger honours.
Ooh,
A very loyal club. And is this Roberts Laurie again? Or is that
that's the winger, Coldwell Jackie.
Caldwell Jackie it was? Gets it right side. Coogin Hornets at 6 and 7. Ballina could really
That's Lola here.
lower here. Corner!
Wow.
That is it.
Oh, this is just embarrassing now for the Coogin Hornets. Lola here, what a try.
Last now making it 30 points to 4.
They've done really well, Ballina. They deserve
They
this win.
certainly have.
They're strong across the park. All across the park. Every one of them has played a good game. Their back line, their forward pack, their halves.
Tupolola here, another one of those Laurie Daly Cup representatives.
Yeah, he was good too. He was good for the Northern Rivers. Coach Greg Barnes will be very happy with his lads. He's the coach of Ballina. He'll be very happy with them.
So Tupolola here, he's also in this Ballina Seagulls 18Z, he is the third leading try scorer with 9 for the regular season. And as you can hear, Yobbo's Hill goes out. Apologies if you hear any...
Bull dust. I keep saying bull dust.
Oh,
Bull dust.
well, hopefully
Not sure what they're whinging about. They just scored.
the kick goes up. He might even get this cross. Oh, just... And the wing didn't help him in that occasion there, Kev.
Yeah, he's done well to hit the crossbar. Oh, that was a different kicker, that's why. That wasn't Jordan Sly. That was Jordan Lee that kicked that. So we'll let him off the hook there.
So they'll probably be just Coogin, unless they'll probably go for broke and just take the short kick off and say that they at least had last possession in this one. There's about a minute to go. Ballina won't even, and that's what they do. But that's just going to be well read in attack there by Ballina.
He's only just got on that fella in the red hair.
Red headgear.
I'll tell you his
Who
name.
is that, Kevin?
Liam Green it is.
Liam Green.
Welcome to the field, mate. Won a premiership. Good run there by Jordan Lee.
He'll get himself a medallion there, Liam Green. Nice hard hit.
Good hit.
And that was well defended there by Nick Andreas. Ballina will see this home. And they won last year in this between these two teams in the grand final, but I think did they win the year before as well?
There goes Green from dummy half.
Apologies if I got that one wrong, but
The number 18's on as well for Ballina. Jack Douglas Brown, and the number 20's come on.
so fifth and last.
Harrison Smith.
Ballina want to end off on another big high note, but that's going to go, and that should all be it in the under-18s grand final.
And the number 17, Taj Perry, is on the wing at the moment.
I don't think either team's going to be keen to
They don't
track
want
this
this.
down.
They don't
And
want
they
this
won't
done.
even. Ballina Seagulls as they run onto the field, and you can see the mascot there flying with the breeze. Ballina Seagulls have got one trophy in the books. I want to make it a double. They are once again the under-18s grand final.
The very
Winners.
convincing win there to Ballina.
30 points to 4. And Cuisine, they had an impressive final series. They were coming off some big momentum. They won between these two teams 2 weeks ago, and then obviously they won here in front. A bit of a dress rehearsal against the Tweed Coast.
Yeah, the week off.
They can hold their heads up high, Kev.
They can hold their heads up high, and there's no shame in losing to this Ballina side. It's a very strong under 18 side, and
Well,
a lot of them featured, as we said, in the rep team.
These boys have had an impressive season, including the ones from that Laurie Daly Cup in the under-18s. There's 11 of them out there today, and they'll do that no harm to their rep
Campaign.
Rep campaign.
They'll be back next year.
It's going to be a bigger campaign too. Like I saw in the presses that they're extending the season for the
Really?
Laurie Daly Andrew Johns Cups.
Gee.
So it's going to be an early kickoff into the season. I think Feb 17th, I think, to memory.
Yeah, nice. It's nice and early. It'll be nice and hot that time of year.
Yeah. So you and I will have to be warming up our vocal cords early over the summer for that one.
Yeah. Have a look at the mascot. That's quite funny.
He's got a busy day today. Oh,
He has got a busy day.
he just copped a high five.
I reckon he'll steer clear of that hill over there with the Raiders.
It's building
crowd.
up there. That you can see the away supporters bay.
There's a lot of horns amongst them.
Bit of
those
a
Raiders.
bit of a Tweed Shire coalition forming there.
That looks great.
I think the Cuisine Hornets, because they'll be mates of both of those clubs, as you probably know. So Tweed
everyone.
Coast went out, they know each other, they'll all be mates, and they'll
Well,
want
it's
to get.
a stone throw away from each other, really. Cuisine and a lot of people that play for Tweed live in Cuisine and vice versa.
The Tweed Coast Derby that they call it.
The
Tweed Coast, Tweed
Kings-
Coast Road Derby.
Kingscliff pub. It's home to Cabarita locals as well as the Cuisine side. But look, this as you
They're
see.
getting amongst it. Well, this is great to see. Ballina getting it done back to back.
Oh, well deserved. They played all over Cuisine, and
Yep.
as you can see, the Cuisine have tried this afternoon, but down and out, they're
We
all
can see
sitting
it. We're
down
gonna-
now.
Sorry, so we can confirm it was 3 straight premierships for the
wow.
Ballina Seagulls.
There you go.
And it's only going to get bigger and bigger for the Ballina Seagulls. As I said, they're a family club. All these boys are going to graduate into under 23s reps and also into the A grade team. And at the time when we have the live stream, that this is all going to be put on show for the World Wide Web. And as I said, this is going to do their no harm when Nathan Cross said to me in the call that the Titans development squad managers will be watching this. Normally before this live stream, they would have to have come to the ground to scout. They can all watch this here, and this is going to do their at home. As we're going to hear the team song for the Ballina Seagulls. And that was well sung there by the Ballina Seagulls, but they know that they want to sing the encore at A grade later on today.
Well, that's the last thing I want to hear. I'm not going to. I'm not going to lie to you. It's all about the Tweed Coast Raiders today winning their first premiership. In the next game, we've got Marist brothers up against who's the reserve grade?
Mooloolaba
Mustangs. That's right.
And a bit of a breakdown of that one there, of course. Undefeated in the last 2 years, the Marist brothers. They the closest they have come to defeat, of course, when they played Cuisine a couple of weeks ago up in Cabarita, like they were down in that game and it took a freakish scrum against the scrum feed. They had to win off that to win it. But the Moolumbar Mustangs during the season were the closest to actually beat the Marist brothers. They got within 4 points.
That doesn't surprise me because Moolumbar have been outstanding in this semi-final series. They finished the competition in 5th place and here they are on the grand final day. So they've knocked out 3 teams that finished above them. And so they deserve to be there, and I give them every chance. I'd love to see Moolumbar Mustangs. If Moolumbar Mustangs win and Tweed Coast Raiders win, then everyone goes home a winner. Because Marist brothers won the girls.
Well, that's normally how it works, Kevy. So
And the 18s was run by Ballina.
So
very convincing.
So basically, to win the premiership today, the Moolumbar Mustangs, they will have to do mission impossible, is what they label it. Marist brothers, though, they will know that the last time they lost was in the 2016 grand final against Cuisine. So they know nothing's going to last forever as far as the win streak goes, but they certainly don't want it to end today.
Yeah, well, no. But they'd hate to end it today. You don't want to lose your first game of the season on grand final day, that's for sure. It's the old cliche.
As we're about to get set up for the presentation here, as I can confirm, Ballina are now three-time major premiers in the under-18s. A lot of these boys, some have already, will graduate onto the A grade, and that's just going to be only exciting for the Ballina Seagulls once they move into the future. The future is here, and of course, Cuisine, they've had an impressive season too. A lot of those representatives from the Laurie Daly Cup, they'll have some Andrew Johns representatives come up as well. There's a lot of great boys coming up.
There's a lot of people moving to this part of the world from Sydney and moving down from Brisbane. So this competition's only going to get better. Even people coming up from Melbourne that get sick of the cold weather. And
of course, you're seeing it all here, and you will see it all here as well next season. It's going to be great that we can get one game a season next year to go all around the grounds and put on this great thing called football for you. You're all seeing it here on the NRRRL YouTube page. Let's send it down to Robin Harley.
They like to do that, don't they?
Yeah, mate. He played in the Bay back in the group one day. I think they're going to speak to it soon. I didn't win it this year. No. They got done. They got done. Well, I think it'll be another year away because they lost to Carrara. Well, they lost to Reges. That's all it. Said Cox, you think it's down the side of Cox is really strong, but they're not. Mate said he should be. I know. I think they need to still go in. Yeah. Otherwise, that's not going to happen. Because he played before him in the group one. It's too far to go. It is from that. Boys guys, now the draft is there because it's moved up on the ball. Like I think I would love to see like the girl group winners, like a knockout competition. I mean, the year probably doesn't allow it, but like, say, well, it's based off like last year. They want to play Grafton, like that, yeah, and then they have a knockout, and then they play maybe whoever group 3 and whoever is down that way, and then they used to have like a knockout competition. You probably could make a season out of it. Yeah. I think they used to years ago. The winners from the group played each other. Knockout sort of thing. I think they're supposed to be on rep seasons now. Yeah. So well, he's 22 k's an hour, swinging around a little. Fueling up, Kevy.
And there you had it, guys. It was that's the Ballina Seagulls premiers once again in 2018.
How funny is the mascot just lying down there?
He's got a lot to do today. I think he saved himself for the A-grade game. So, Kev, as we wrap up the under-18s fixture here, what were your final thoughts going into that one?
Great performance from Ballina. This is a good side. I can see why half the representative team is half of their side. They all play for each other, and man of the match, I've got to give it to Robert Slorry. The way he finished off with that last try was awesome.
So there you have it, folks. Ballina Seagulls, once again, the 2018 premiers. Now these players will be then watching on with grass interest as the A-grade grand finals. They take on the Tweed Coast as they'll be looking to win another grand final at home. So that's all she wrote for the under-18s grand final. Full time it was. It was Ballina Seagulls 30, Cuisine Hornets 4.